Today on Upfront, Battleground, Wisconsin. After trying and failing 3 times to defeat Scott Walker, is this the year Democrats win Wisconsin? I'll talk with Democratic National Committee Chairman Tom Perez next on Upfront. Then Democratic candidate for Congress Randy Bryce. Why is his brother supporting his opponent? And the plan to help paper products maker Kimberly Clark, Republican Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald on whether it'll get through the state Senate.
Covering the issues important to Wisconsin. This is Upfront with Mike Goucher.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Upfront. We begin today with Wisconsin's top races for governor and U.S. Senate and how they're being viewed nationally. For years, Wisconsin has been considered a battleground state, but Republicans have basically been in control of state government since 2011, and President Trump narrowly won Wisconsin in 2016. Has the mood now changed? Is Wisconsin ripe for the taking by Democrats this year? We're asking the chairman of the Democratic National Committee, Tom Perez, who's in Wisconsin this week campaigning for Democratic candidates. Chairman Perez, good to have you back on the program.
It's always good to be back here in the city where I got married, Mike.
Well, good. Welcome back. So President Trump won Wisconsin by a slim margin, but he won Wisconsin in 2016. I'm wondering how important it is for the Democrats to make a statement in this midterm election cycle in this state. What would you say?
Well, it's not simply a statement that we're looking to make. We want to help people. And that's why I'm so excited about our investments. We've made unprecedented midterm investments in Wisconsin. And it didn't just start a few months ago. It started a year ago. We made investments in organizing, not only here in the Milwaukee area, but across the state. I'm a big fan of Tony Evers, and I've worked very closely with Tammy Baldwin. They are workhorses. They're focused on health care. They're focused on making sure that if you have a pre-existing condition, you can still get access to health care. They're focused on making sure that education, which is the key to unlocking our future, is available in every zip code. And they're focused on making sure that we build our infrastructure. All these Scott holes around this state. Every time I travel on I-94, it's a parking lot. And I'm confident. I'm very optimistic. And I'm optimistic about Wisconsin because I look at the investments that we've made. I look at the election of Judge Dallett, and we invested in that early. I look at those Senate elections. Senator Schachter out in, I think, the 10th Senate district. I look at the Green Bay seat in the 1st. That was one of the races that Scott Walker didn't want to hold. And Democrats are winning everywhere in Wisconsin. We're winning everywhere because we're organizing everywhere. And I'm proud of the investments we've made. 3 million new cell phone numbers we gave to the state party. Martha Lanning's doing a bang-up job here in Wisconsin, and we're proud to be a partner. We've never invested earlier in a coordinated campaign than we've done in Wisconsin this year. And that's so we can have the organizing footprint out there early and talk to voters everywhere and fight for what they're fighting for.
So you say you're confident because of the investments you made. How confident are you that Tony Evers will defeat Scott Walker this November?
Well, hey, this is going to be a close race. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you've got Scott Walker. He's got oodles of money from the Koch brothers. He's been saving up money. But what we have with Tony Evers is the quintessential workhorse. Tony's fighting for the things that Wisconsinites care about. When Scott Walker was running for president, and it seems like he's running as an afterthought for governor again. When he ran for president, he said, I'm going to eliminate the Affordable Care Act on day one if I'm elected president. You have an attorney general here in Wisconsin who, with the approval of your governor, is involved in a lawsuit to undermine coverage for pre-existing conditions. Tony Evers, as a cancer survivor, understands the importance of access to health care. As someone who's been an educator his entire life, he understands that when Wisconsinites are career ready, that's the ticket to a good middle-class life. And so the contrast is so stark, Mike, and we need leaders who unite. People are exhausted at all the politics of division. That's what Scott Walker's been about. Tammy Baldwin and Tony Evers, they are uniters. They want to bring Wisconsinites together, and that's what Wisconsinites want and what they need.
We've seen polling in this state, the law school poll over at Marquette, and polling nationwide that shows sort of a yawning gap, a gender gap in this election year. Women voters much more likely to vote for Democratic candidates. But are you concerned that the Kavanaugh debate, the intensity of it, has motivated Republican voters, energized Republican voters, that they may go to the polls in larger numbers than previously thought?
Well, when you have a woman who comes forward, as Dr. Ford did, courageously, her life will never be the same. She can never live in anonymity again. And for me, I watched that, and I can only say, what a profile and courage. And then to have the President of the United States go out on the campaign trail and mock her, that's unconscionable. And yes, are there some in the Republican Party who applaud that? I don't applaud that. And the thing about it is, it has motivated so many people. And yes, you may get people in the Republican Party who come out, but it's a shrinking base. I can't tell you the number of Republicans I've talked to who have left the party because the party of Lincoln is dead. It's been replaced by the party of Trump. The rule of law has been replaced by the rule of Trump. This is another example. They understand what we need in November in our federal elections are guardrails. We need guardrails in the House. We need guardrails in the Senate. We need guardrails in state government. That's why electing Tony Evers is so important. And people want to get back to the days of decency. It's motivating women. It's motivating young people. He's dealing with a shrinking base. We're dealing with an expanding base.
Tom Perez is the chairman of the Democratic National Committee. It's good to have you on the program.
Pleasure to be with you.
Thanks very much for being with us today. Later on up front, I'll be talking with Democratic candidate for Congress, Randy Bryce. Will he support Nancy Pelosi as House Democratic leader or the impeachment of President Trump, something he said he has supported? But first, the state Senate agrees to take up a package to help Kimberly Clark. Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald on its chances of passing and why some Republicans are saying no.
Up Front with Mike Goucher, brought to you by the American Transmission Company and the Wisconsin Corn Growers Association.